Hello and welcome. Today we're going to go through all the stages of graphics settings in this game. Just look at it, how gorgeous it can be. Unfortunately, my GTX 970 can only handle 45 FPS approximately on the outside. Let's just go inside real quick, see how much I get inside. It's probably a bit better there. Looking at the building already helps. We got up to 55, 57. Now in here we are at 60 frames per second actually. Now let's find some enemies. You can check the frame rate at the top right. There we have an enemy. Alright. Looks like we get steady 60 frames per second. That's cool. Also this means that the rain effect and outside area rendering cause FPS drops. Anyways, we're gonna focus on the graphics, not on playing. Let's just get out of here and take another look with different graphics settings. Now the atmosphere is absolutely amazing in this game, and we're gonna strip one piece of atmosphere at a time, more and more, so we get a better performance and a horrible atmosphere in the end. But it might be worth for some of you, and it might be just fun for some of you to see. Those of you with awesome graphics card that will never actually have to switch to these settings. Alright, escape settings, let's go and start with the most important part of this game, lighting. This is what it does. You remove a flashlight by disabling it, and everything has the same illumination. Atmosphere completely destroyed. Let's keep going. We're gonna destroy... we're gonna start with reflections. That's just mostly a performance thing in my opinion. Perhaps cars, glass and stuff would have looked better. We're gonna keep going. Film grain, color filter. Let's start with a color filter. So everything looks less cinematic now. And tone mapping. I'm not exactly sure what that is, or what the difference between the two is. Seems to have not much of an effect now. Let's go remove film grain. It makes the image clearer and less atmospheric once again. Settings and vignette. That one has the nice effect of making the game brighter. What the heck? This is not part of a show. I am sorry that you have to see this. How do we... one thing I think many of us would want to remove is the bars, movie bars. It also adds to the atmosphere, but, playability, if you look like this for some reason, because you are trying to kill a snail / slug, then you still want to see enemies in the background, so having the bar at the top removed is very helpful. Right, we're gonna keep going. The rain, I think, is a big FPS dropper, so let's remove the rain for now. As epic as it is, it makes being outside most enjoyable. But I think without the other graphical effects, it's pretty trashy, so this is much better. Right, we're gonna keep going even more. Deferred rendering, I'm not even sure what that is, but we remove it. Don't see any effect, to be honest. Let's keep going. Motion blur. Let's just test this real quick. Yeah. You can see it if you... I guess if you slow down, you can see that the flames are blurred, for example. Which is nice. For some of you. Let's remove it. And you can see the effect is gone. And what is this about volumetric light? I don't think that played any role anymore, but it seems a bit more bland, even more bland now. We're gonna keep going. Next on the list, soft particles. This is probably gonna affect fire. Let's remove bloom depth of field. Yeah, the fires look much worse now. Depth of field would be, blurred in the background, kind of like macro photography. If we remove soft particles, I'm sure the fire is going to be ugly. We're going to do ambient occlusion later. Eye adaptation probably doesn't have even any effect by now. Not sure. It is quite unnoticeable. Maybe inside. Maybe more noticeable inside. Soft particles. Let's see how it affects fire. Not sure it does. These are certainly particles. Alright, we're gonna keep going with this. Ambient occlusion. Yeah, this is gonna be a big ugly. It should be, at least. Let's take a look. Usually ambient occlusion leads to corners, like here, having a very nice shading effect. Let's turn ambient occlusion back on. Ambient occlusion. I think yeah, you can see there it's much darker right in there, in this corner. It adds a lot when it's on top of everything else. And now it's just 3D modeling software style. Alright, let's get back here. Oh, no, somebody's gonna drive into me, right? Let's just stand here. Settings, what else do we have that we can disable? Chromatic aberration. Aberration. I'm not sure what that is. Anti-aliasing, that's just gonna make corners more edgy. I mean, the resolution of this game is high enough for this to not be noticeable. Well, I don't know. I don't know if the video can actually see this, but the car roof, which is rounded, is really ugly now. But you know, performance. Remove bodies, I don't think that has any... Also, I mean, keep bodies would be the thing, but it's more about... I think the use of remove bodies, keep bodies is more about being able to track where you have been, which there are better strategies for that, but certainly a useful effect. Probably, maybe, I don't really know. I'm not sure exactly at what point they would start removing the bodies, even if you have it disabled. Right, anti-isotropic textures, I believe, would be nice scaling of textures, especially at far distances, but the how do you call it? The fog effect kind of helps this anyways. Speaking of fog, let's get the view distance to near. Oh my goodness. Silent Hill much? It's horrible, but it's probably very useful for low-performing computers. Why is my performance, my frame rate stuck at 60 though? I think I set it to as high as possible, max. Let's try 120. Nah, looks like it won't do that. I guess because my screen max is 60, so never mind that. Let's just undo that. So what we have left is vertical sync, so I don't think you will be able to notice that. HUD doesn't have to do with performance, in my opinion, but more with immersion. Shader quality, let's drop this down. Texture resolution, let's drop this down. And shadows, I don't think there are any shadows by now. I'm pretty sure shadows only exist when lighting exists. So that's kind of useless. And that's it. Oh, blimey. So ugly. But then again, so performant. Oh, check it out. I'm actually getting higher than 60 frame rate. 280. That's pretty cool. Thought for a second I can't actually get that stuff. That is neat, and that is good to know. So, let's just double check there's actually nothing left. Screen shake, sure. We're gonna keep the counter. Lobby, that doesn't have to do with the graphics. Brightness, by the way, yeah, I mean, how are you gonna play this game without high brightness? I don't know. Maybe by having high screen brightness already. Alright, what's left to do? Let's check out how it looks without HUD. Certainly nice for immersion. And now, let's put that... Yeah, actually the targeting reticule and these targeting things, that's part of the HUD, so maybe that should be removed as well. Anyways, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like with the lowest settings that I can produce at 1080p. I didn't change the resolution at least. Should I change the resolution? Yeah. Let's also change the resolution to the lowest possible resolution. Just gonna do it in a second, right after we finish this walk of shame. Because we're gonna have a nice comparison at the end. A nice quality walk comparison. Just look at this. Let's call it retro. Actually, the low distance view limitation makes it okay again, because it feels very retro and Silent Hill. Alright, I'll just walk back to the other side of the town. Actually, let's, I mean, I'm not gonna do the comparison with the lower resolution, but let's check it out. Can I change the yeah. What's the lowest? Is this the correct aspect ratio? No. Wow, we can hardly... Okay, this is just bad. This is the lowest resolution we can get. Check out the frame rate, it's only 300. That's impressive. It's impressive that we cannot get better frame rate by reducing the resolution, actually, on this card. Maybe something more realistic, like 720p? There we go. Well, I guess not. Alright, and now what we're gonna do is crank the graphics up to maximum level. Oh, that's gonna be... That's gonna feel so good. We're gonna keep the FPS counter, we're gonna keep screen shake, we're gonna max the resolution. As far as I'm concerned. Let's set this to high and see what kind of effects this brings. High quality, high, far, max, vertical sync. Okay, here we go. Come on, movie bars. We're gonna check out we're gonna leave the HUD disabled for a better view, look, comparison. These are all on, that's nice. Yeah, movie bars, I need to think about that. Let's see, this feels very cinematic and epic. Now let's see if we remove the movie bars. I hope movie bars actually lead to less rendering, because if not, that would be such a shame. Because you can save about 10% of a screen space, maybe 7. Movie bars, there you are. It feels less epic, but it feels more playable. We're gonna leave them off for the comparison. And here we go. Walk of comparison. It's gorgeous. The frame rate is horrific by comparison. What? It's even worse than before. Must be the fire, I guess. 48 after we pass the fire. That's okay. 50 after we pass some lights. Oh, and I have to say the atmosphere is just fantastic. At max settings. Too bad I can't afford to actually use max settings. I gotta think what exact thing I want to turn down to actually be able to enjoy the game as much as I can, though. Oh, check it out, I think we can... Oh no, it's just a shadow. Is it a shadow? Yeah, I guess it's a shadow. What is this a shadow of? Building? I guess so. Hey, is this what is affected by volumetric light? Volumetric light, where are you? Come on, to me. Movie bars, maybe it actually does. I think it does increase frame rate. Smart. Alright, now how about that other thing? Volumetric lights. Volumetric light. Yeah, I see there was some kind of effect that is missing now. Frame rate does like this fact. It gained about 2 frames per second. Let's turn volumetric light back on. Yeah, here we are. There is some kind of... Check this out. There is this... what do you call, I mean, a volumetric light. You can see the edge where the shadow and the rain changes. The rain changes reflection, let's call it that, or the dust. The point where it hits the shadow of the building. That's pretty epic looking. Man, I can talk about these settings a lot. I didn't expect me to be able to do that. Let's disable... What do we disable? Rain effect? Yeah, that also helps the frame rate a lot. But without the rain, oh, I just don't know. Also, it only helps outside, of course. So, what else is left? Chromatic I don't know. Adaptation? Certainly. Depth of field? Probably not. Motion blur, vignette, tone mapping, color, film grain, reflections. Let's check out how much frame rate we can gain without reflections. Doesn't seem to have an effect. Does not seem to have much of an effect. Nope, can see no frame rate difference, at least not in this scene. So yeah, lighting is just the biggest thing. Check it out, I had like 70 frame rate. It increases visibility a lot. Let's actually do a comparison inside a building. Survivors surrounding us in the darkness. Can't afford to make no light. Excuse you. The atmosphere is so great. I mean, not with these survivors, but the inside graphics are just epic. When it comes to immersion, I guess. So now we're gonna just hit everything to way down. Potato! I'm glad they use that word. Okay, disabled. Low. No, low. View distance inside, let's check that out. Maybe we put that back up. VSync, no. Movie bars, I guess not. Move bodies, whatever. And that's it. Oh boy, look at that. All the atmosphere is gone, but look at the frame rate at the top right. Alright, I think that's it. I think this is all we came here to look at. I hope you find your perfect balance to be able to play at 60 frames or whatever your monitor can provide. And I hope you don't have to sacrifice immersion by lowering graphics way down. I will see you in the next video and enjoy this direct comparison that follows this right now. Until next time, ciao!